Here we are once again on the PodDré podcast. We fixed my hair. We've hired a crew somehow. There's a dog here. It's a good old time. Just to run it in, you guys know the OG, the one and only. Okay, she's out here turning heads, folks, with the bright red.
Someone had to do it, so.
We got Bailey Rodgers over here, and then a new member of the crew. Her job is to make sure that this thing doesn't crash and burn. Okay? I've hired her and have traded puppy snuggles for it. Okay? It is in writing. Jess Daniels, everyone. We're back again. We got a crew. We got more people on. I can't tell you how excited I am. I feel like I'm on like a night show or whatever because like I'm in the chair and you guys are like on the couch.
Yeah, it's a nice setup.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm just like, so how did you prepare for the movie?
Well, it hasn't started yet, but I'll soon be casted the moment that a director gives me a chance.
We're looking for a hot-ass lead, and it's either Dave Franco or Baby Franco.
Or Seth Rogen.
Or one of the Rogans, yeah.
You know what Enough with this Rogan stuff. Okay, he's an ally, people.
He's fine.
He's an ally.
He's fine.
Yeah, we love Seth.
A little on the short side. Seth's great.
Seth Rogen has significantly more hair than Joe. Than Joseph.
A little bit more character.
Than Joseph Smith, I tell you what. You know, we were almost going to get a black leather couch.
Oh. So when everyone sat down, you heard it, and when they stood up, you heard it.
Yeah.
As well.
Like the casting
couch?
Nice. That's what I was thinking.
I think we need a white leather couch.
When we were looking at couches, I just saw the black leather, and it was like the best one that they had at Walmart. And at that point, I was like, we're going to Target. We're leaving all of these goddamn. Do you see the crowd in Walmart?
Oh yeah, the ones that are stealing bolts off of the display grills. Yeah, that crowd. My God.
Or just grabbing TVs and like hoofing it as fast as they can.
Have you seen the chains?
Because who's gonna stop you? I guess it's like a thing that if you work in like a store or whatever and someone is shoplifting, you let them go because you make minimum wage. Fuck it.
But well, that's also because someone got stabbed in the King
because,
Soopers parking lot.
Shoot you also. Yeah, exactly. So like, let them take the TV, and then you still make $10 an hour. So.
Woo.
Or whatever it is in Colorado. It's not $10. It's
$12.36 an hour.
It's something. You know it's bad.
I know because I worked there.
You know it's bad like when you walk into a Walmart and like beauty products are like on full lockdown.
Dude, you can't even buy tampons in Florida. I don't know why. The Publix, you have to go to the...
There's an emergency tampon shortage in Florida.
Kidding. I don't know if it's because, like, cotton and, like, all the girls figured out that, like, oh, tampons are, like, poisoning us, but, like, what isn't? But no. Tampons in Florida, you have to go to the pharmacy, and you have to ask the pharmacist, hey, can I get some tampons? And then they go in the back, and it's an over-the-counter drug, is tampons.
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding. I lived there for 2 months. I know. I'm an expert.
Oh, my gosh.
Prescription.
Okay, I can say in
Florida's wild, dog.
Jacksonville, Florida, for the 2 months I lived there, I had to ask the pharmacist for tampons.
Well, you can use it to boof stuff. You can take a tampon and dip it in alcohol and stick it up your butthole and you get drunk.
I learned that from the Russians, and I'm scared to try, honestly. I think I might die. Because it hits
you can.
It hits you so much faster.
Yeah, you can die.
That's terrifying.
Here's the thing: is that like I would try, but I don't.
How do you explain that?
I don't want my death to be butt related.
Yeah. How do you explain that
that's
to the
like
EMT?
A hard.
Oh, she shoved a tampon full of tequila up her ass.
Yeah.
So we need you to pull it out and give her CPR. Like, are you kidding?
Like no. on my death certificate, on my autopsy report, like I don't want butt anywhere
stuff.
near. Like
it just goes with butt stuff.
Butt stuff.
Even if they're like making a rude comment, you ever think like those taxidermists, they ever just say like, nice tits?
In their head, maybe.
Like she died in a car accident, has no head, but
the scribe's
nice
whole
tits.
thing is to take out the tits. They're like, just take out the profanities of this guy's report and then send it back to him. Right. That's a scribe's job.
I'd say it.
Her ex-boyfriend definitely will be able to identify this body. I'll tell you that for damn sure.
Like if I was looking down at some dude, like you just see like a 12-inch dick, what are you gonna not mention it? You know what I mean? Big
Extremely large phallus.
I mean, if it's not death related, no, I wouldn't mention it.
I would mention it.
It might help solve the murder.
I'd be like,
That's true.
It might help
That's
solve
true.
the murder.
It'd be
Yes.
like
That ex-girlfriend will know
you're
who that man is.
7-inch peen means ex-wife, definitely guilty. You like call
No
shit-
way, she would stay with
Yeah.
him. What are you
Exactly,
talking
you're like-
about?
you're like,
Killed.
Yeah.
they're
He
like,
was
we need a
killed
motive.
over
We
the
need to
size
know
of his
why she killed him.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like doing the body exam. He's like,
He's like,
oh,
"That's
I know.
why.
I know
That's
why she killed him.
Yeah.
And they just put him on blast.
Yep.
Everyone's just like, all the
Exactly.
detectives are like, wow, that is
Magnifying
tiny.
glass.
I have always wondered though, like,
Small
do
dick
they
killer.
know if someone has
Small.
an STD when they're dead? Like on autopsies, are STDs a thing? Are they disclosed, or is that like you live with it, you die
The
with
government usually
it?
documents
Right? Like,
that.
what if you go on a Tinder
Speaking
date,
of
whatever, and
the
then
government.
it dies?
Oh, the third one.
Okay, we're gonna go from the government knowing if you have STDs or not after you die to like UFOs, and that's the smoothest transition I could possibly do. But it kind of
Fair.
brings me into like the conspiracy field. But before we get into
It
that,
does.
I want to know right now. I feel like I'm interviewing. You know what I mean? I feel like I got
Because
like
you're in a single chair and we're on a futon.
I feel superior for sure.
The
You
futon of
are
feelings.
sitting lower though. if
I'm
you
like
really
a
wanna
chair.
go
I'm
about
like
it.
a chair supremacist.
You're a chairman.
a chair.
A chairman. Chairman. What do you have to say about it?
Who was the first guy to say that, you know? Like, there's just like, hey, you're in charge. Like, what should we call you? And be like, well, you're like a
man on the
man and you're in
chair.
a chair, so.
Down.
Chairman.
No one else can sit in this chair. This is my chair, and I'm the man for this chair.
It's like the Abe Lincoln statue.
Yeah, exactly.
That should be your slogan if you run for president. I'm the
my
only
God,
man who
dude.
can sit in the
only
Jess,
chair.
I hired you to keep us
Oh my
on
God.
track. This is what
We're
I hired
talking
you
about
for.
the government. We're getting there. Slowly.
It's my fault.
We're going about the government. Okay, what do we think Abe Lincoln
Okay.
thought about UFOs? What do you think he thought?
I don't think Abe
Do you think
Lincoln
Abe would
even
be-
knew that there were UFOs.
Okay.
I think Abe Lincoln had a whole
All right,
different alien in
Segue
mind.
to that. How long do you think UFOs have been known about, but the government is like,
Egyptians.
they can't handle it? I agree.
Yeah, the
Pyramids. I would
Egyptians.
agree.
The Egyptians.
Pyramids. Or I even heard one at Boulder, honestly, funny enough, when I met you that one time at Boulder, he was like, I think Jesus is a government conspiracy. And I was like, I don't have the time for you to explain that to me or the drugs, but
Did
I see where
say
you're
that?
coming from. No, it wasn't you.
Oh,
Shocking.
okay.
Shocking. It wasn't you.
That sounds
But
like
no,
something I would say.
It was
so that's
someone
why
else. It was someone else at CU, but you know. Yeah. So, open that can of worms.
I don't know. Do you think?
How
okay.
long ago did the
Okay,
aliens...
raise of hands. Everyone here, who believes that the pyramids were made by aliens?
Absolutely. What do you mean? Am I the
We
only...
got two people.
What?
Yeah.
You brought it up, man. Okay, that's fine.
You-
I'll hop on my soapbox.
Just
You
help her
wanna
out.
hear- It is
Just
so...
ride on.
No, I took geometry. That shit's hard as fuck, okay? You're telling me that the Neanderthal made the fucking pyramids? No. It was a genius. Elon Musk made the pyramid.
They also took copper and stuck it into barrels with electric eels and
But
had
you don't
powered
believe
lamps.
that the pyramids were made by an alien?
No,
Do
I
you
think they were
that the
designed
eel-
by- I think
you
they were
copper
designed by
eels are
aliens.
real?
Yeah, not copper eels. You put copper into a bucket filled with eels and it creates electricity going through the wires.
Why do you need the copper? Can't you just use the eels?
Yeah, but how would you put it into anything else? You have to transmit it somehow.
That's not the eel's problem.
I have
No,
no,
but it's the
idea.
copper's problem.
Now you're on copper. Yo,
Back
this
to the
this-
metal. The metal circles in the sky. Okay, UFOs. What's up?
Crop
They shot it
circles.
down. They shot one down over like what, South Carolina or something, and then the government was like,
Oh, here it comes.
Hello,
Here he comes,
studio
big
dog.
stretch.
For the big boy, hello.
he's leaving. All right. And he's gone.
What a great. It has to work now.
You get a sneak
It has to
peek.
work. No,
It's
sit
a
there.
sneak
Okay.
peek.
I'm talking to my new crew. Okay, we'll put this in the extras or whatever. Like, imagine
bloopies.
yourself in an office, right? Just for the company, and he's hanging out like in his own like little area.
Oh yeah.
The doggy playroom.
Yeah,
We'll have it. It's not a daycare. It's a pet care.
it's pet care.
It's for your pets.
This
Yeah.
is
You can bring your
we're all
cats.
doing this just the fun taking care of your pet.
Basically, we have a farm, but it's a business.
It's a business, but to
Like,
take care
yeah.
of the business.
Like there
yeah.
is a goat running around,
Right.
but he gets the mail.
And there is a weed farm as well.
Yeah, we also have a weed farm, but
There's lots
that's
of
what
farm.
the goat is for like weed, actual weed in the weed farm
Right.
control.
And a snail container.
Dandelion control. Yes, snails everywhere. Can we get a beta fish?
Okay, this is going on the Patreon.
A sorority of girls.
This is going on. This is going on Patreon. All the extra snippets and stuff like that. All right, we're coming back. All right, now that we're back from our little break to make sure that everything like was all good, I want to know what your guys' favorite conspiracies are before we go into this. Okay, I personally want to do on the show. I want to have like an episode or two a month just dedicated to conspiracies.
It's needed.
And I'm going to do it in the name of Joe Rogan. Joseph
Why
Rogan.
does it have to be him?
It has to be him. He's the conspiracy king.
Theorist. You're right.
He's the conspiracy
right.
king.
Daddy
We'll give it
Side
to
it
him.
goes on,
That's
but
fine. You can have it, Seth Joe.
Seth Joe.
Joseph.
All right.
Joseph.
He gets Joseph.
Or no, better
have
yet,
the right to call him Joseph.
what's like the one conspiracy theory you have that's embarrassing? Go.
That's embarrassing?
Yeah, like you don't want to tell people you think is actually real.
Oh, man. You put me on the spot. Now I'm panicking. Now I'm like, all my conspiracies are pretty embarrassing.
Go deep.
Shit. I don't know. I guess the one that I would say, I don't fully believe in it because I don't think we have the capability. But I kind of do because we all had to read the book, the Fahrenheit 451. And, like, we're slowly getting there, but, like, your walls are going to turn into screens and we're all going to be fucked. And they're going to start burning books. And I think that was not, I think Fahrenheit 451 is, like, a laugh in our face. It's like, ha ha ha, look at you all. I don't think we're in a simulation like people think, but I think it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Like, I think Elon Musk is an alien. That's why he's so fucking pale. And I think he comes in here and he knows more than us because he's not from here.
You know, Elon also got that alien shape too.
Exactly. He
You know,
does.
he
Like,
got that-
he's oddly buff, but still chubby. And, like, very pale. Very, very pale.
What are those?
His eyes are what color?
What are those
color are his
aliens
eyes?
from Men in Black? The little
Yes,
ones.
those ones. Exactly.
Just walking around.
Exactly.
That's like Elon Musk is just one of those guys, but
I
like
agree.
he just like he grew up.
Yeah.
You know, he's like the queen or whatever. Like he looks
No,
different
I
than the
agree.
rest of
And the
hive.
UFO conspiracy, I don't know, just all the government planes that we're making. Like, my dad works for the government, and he works for Northrop Grumman, and all of the little drones that they're putting out look more and more like UFOs every year, and that's the new technology. Like, aliens did it first, bro. Like, we're just slowly, like, convincing Americans that we came up with UFOs. That's my conspiracy theory.
UFOs really started to come into a craze in like the 50s. I wonder like what happened. Like okay, let's say we have scenario A and scenario B. Scenario A is that UFOs are real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scenario B is that UFOs aren't real. What kind of crack was people fucking smoking back in the 50s to be like
It was Valium.
Valium?
It was Ambien and Valium. The Valium craze of the housewives and all that stuff. If you had any kind
That's
of
how they
emotional
put up with their
issues,
men.
if they had any emotional issues, whether you were a man or a woman, you got prescribed
Oh, yeah.
a pill.
You hate your
Valium.
husband? Here's some Valium. He's fine.
Yeah.
You know what
Keep
another
popping
theory
out
is?
the kids, ma'am.
There's a theory that because we did a lot of our nuclear testing in the
Chernobyl
desert,
people.
yeah, that it started like messing with people. But then there's the other theory that because we were doing nuclear testing, that's why all of this UFO activity started like happening.
Because of nukes?
Yeah.
That I have not heard. That's interesting.
Well,
So-
it would send out vibrations. It would make sense if it
To, like, make
penetrated
them
the
come in
atmosphere, yeah.
So essentially, like any large explosion, anything that gives off like a massive amount of energy is going to give like waves or frequencies into like. So you would essentially know. So the theory basically states that using nuclear energy basically sent out a signal to the rest of the universe that like we are now like on the nuclear level of like
Like we can
civilization.
compete, bitches.
Yeah.
Bring it. All right.
I don't want to bring
so
it
we
with the
flexed,
aliens.
and now the aliens are like, we're flexing back, and
I'll
Elon's
put on my
like,
tinfoil
wait,
hat.
I like them.
See, this is why we have diversity on the pod now, you know? You got one person like, bring it, bitches! We're gonna beat those aliens up! And then you're just
No,
like,
we won't.
I don't
We'll-
want aliens.
We will.
I
will
want to stay
crumble
what I'm
to
doing
nothing.
now.
I want a yacht. I don't want
I want a-
aliens to come here.
Why not?
Okay, another
Aliens and
conspiracy
yachts.
though, like if you really
Only
want
if
to
they're yacht aliens. I can't bring a non-yacht alien
Aliens
on a yacht.
can't. Situation B, scenario B, can't really be real though because we've already seen the UFOs. Like, yeah, we haven't seen the aliens, but like, have you ever talked to someone that's just like, you're like, I don't think you're from here, man. Like, come on.
Crackheads.
No,
You
that's
know
just-
you have, and they're not on drugs though. They're not on drugs. Like,
No,
it's
what-
like an intelligent.
They're not on
individual.
drugs.
I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Andres knows.
I know what you're
He went
talking
to college
about.
because they hide in colleges.
And
they
what
do.
and what
They
it
hide.
is it's just a hint of the tism. All it is a little bit of
That's
tism.
fair. But Elon Musk is not autistic.
You
He is
can't-
so much further.
Yeah, he
On that
literally is
spectrum.
autistic. He has Asperger's.
Okay, but he's further on the spectrum.
What?
Like he's not Asperger's, he's alien. Okay, it's different.
He's a
It just-
fully loaded burger.
Yes.
Fully loaded burger. Try telling that to him. The billionaire Elon Musk. Hey,
Try telling
hey,
that to
Elon,
his kid whose name he can't pronounce.
You're a burger and you filled the burger and you just I'm sorry, man. I
think-
thought I was
think
gonna
it
get in your
tell me.
face and do this all.
I think we could get him to tell us he's an alien. Someone can trap him. We
He already
can.
makes fun of it on Twitter. He literally
can
said
trap
like,
him.
okay, actually during this
He's like, guys, you think my
perfect
cars can't
transition.
float?
Perfect transition. That's why we hired the best people. We got the best people. We got the best people
The
all
highest
around.
wall.
We got the highest.
Absolutely.
We got the best, highest people all around in the whole country. You've never seen people like this before. Actually, the reason why we're bringing this up is because over this last week, I've been seeing this one headline come through. The U.S. government shot down 3 UFOs over it. And this happened after you and I talked about the Chinese spy balloon. So something's
And
happened.
then the other one that went over Alaska. We talked about both of them.
Okay, yeah, there was one over Alaska. There was one like there was a balloon in like I
I
don't
didn't
know.
even know about the Alaska one. So
happened-
I'm one spy balloon behind.
It happened, I think, 6 days.
I've only heard
6
about
or
the one
7
that was
days.
like shot down over South Carolina, and then like a farmer took it, and now the government is like, we can't find it. And the South Carolina guy's like, fuck you, it's mine. And they're like, we can't find it and analyze it because it's on private property. Oops.
Ooh.
Oops.
I'm just imagining some farmer
The South, right?
Just
Well,
like-
yeah, it's South
just-
Carolina,
just
so my
like-
accent was very,
just
very
like on
wrong, but...
on a phone call with like the head of like the
Yeah.
CIA of China.
Exactly.
Bring back balloon now. The fuck you said to me, son? This is South Carolina. This is my property now.
I don't know what happens
gonna-
in South Carolina other than that, honestly. No,
They
no.
have a nice
The
boating
Gamecocks?
scene.
Gamecocks.
Yeah.
That's all I know. South Carolina.
they have,
Gamecocks.
they have a
Good
nice
law school.
They have a
Hard
nice
as hell to
boating
get
scene.
into.
Nice
Good for
boating
you.
scene. Yeah.
Boating scene, yeah. Have you heard people go to the Ozarks now instead of like a regular lake? Like, why do you want to go to the haunted one?
I literally just said that the government shot down 3 UFOs, and now we're talking about good boating
Okay,
destinations.
but no, back to
That's
the lakes.
what-
Back to the lakes.
They have a great boating scene. You've never
They
seen
do.
a scene like this. It's a great boating scene. You can.
The highest walls, the best.
The
boats.
wakes are incredible.
We got wakes crisp.
Bass fishing
Crisp waves.
out of this world.
There
Out
are
of this-
UFOs, people.
Okay, anyway, but what classifies as a UFO? Like,
It's
is
an
a balloon?
Unidentified flying object.
Okay, so is a balloon a UFO or is it a balloon?
It's
Well,
a
if it's
UFO.
So
identifiable,
no, but
then
technically,
it's a balloon.
like government speaking, you know how they're like, this wasn't a genocide, it was this. Technically speaking, in the government, was this a UFO or was this a balloon?
I think it's another balloon.
Ask
but I
Biden,
haven't
get him
done
on
any
here.
one.
Joseph the second.
Actually,
Bring
you know
him
what?
on here.
You know what? I have Jamie now. Jamie, why don't you look it up? Are the 3 new UFOs balloons?
Who's Jamie?
Jamie's
Is it like
Alex.
Siri?
Oh my God, you can't answer this because you don't watch Joe Rogan. But Joe Rogan has his buddy.
I watch him on TikTok when he comes on my For You page. That's the only following he gets.
Unbelievable.
You get him on your
Purely by
For You
chance.
The
Yeah,
disrespect.
and it pisses me off.
I only get that.
time.
Oh,
I just got that one.
Dogs all day, every day. I've seen the video. I've seen fucking those dogs on my For You page probably 13 times in the last like day and a half.
I keep getting the like tarot readers that are like, this is your fortune, here are these cards, and I'm like, don't be telling me what I don't need to know.
Y'all die in 7
Don't.
days.
I know, I'm like, dude, I know I'm in my healing phase. I don't need you to tell me that it's gonna fucking suck, okay? Like, I'm aware. Tarot reader 95. Like, stop Instagram posting. Like, they comment on your Instagram, they're like, random picture of your dog, they're like, there's a negative male presence. And it's like, yeah. They're all negative. Like, what do you mean?
Your boyfriend's just sitting out back like, God, I can't believe I
He's
paid
like,
for this bullshit. And she's just sitting there like, there's a negative male influence in your life. I can feel it. He doesn't listen, does he? And she's like, oh my God, he never does.
He doesn't ever sit down the toilet
She's like,
seat
I'm
ever.
sensing
No,
that
what?
your problem is
It's coming
men.
from
It's
someone.
men. And I'm like,
Oh my God.
yes, ma'am, it's men.
Now I'm off track.
Okay, no, back on track. Do you think the alien race, you think male or female drives the UFO? What do you think?
I think they don't have genders.
Really? That would make sense.
Either that or
If
they
you're
have, like,
smart
1,000
enough, you would get
genders.
rid of this division. My God.
If being progressive is what it is now, then it's like everyone just like cuts everything off. Then you just bleach your white like gray, so it's not white, it's not black.
You're Elon Musk colored.
You're Elon Musk colored.
You kind of look like
you
a
grow
girl.
A gut.
Just like he has a very
Yeah.
feminine features, but he has a kind of manly stature. But he also could be taken on by any muscular man.
What if
Like-
they're just holograms?
Right? Like, what if you could walk through him? Has anyone tried to walk through Elon?
Come to think of it, I haven't seen one
has
picture where
anyone
he's shaking
ever-
a hand ever. Not once.
Have you
Carrying a
ever
sink
bumped
is all-
into him?
I
If
can't-
anyone's ever bumped into him, let me know. What did it feel like?
That is the
Did a
worst
shock
straw
go
man
through
I've
you?
ever heard in my entire life.
Well, no one's ever seen him and Batman in the same room. So.
Have you met Hitler? Have you? I don't know. Did you meet Hitler? I'm sorry, I didn't know that. Did you? Oh, you met him?
Does he look
No,
years?
but there's like a lot of books, dude. There's a lot of books. Like there's a lot of books, dude.
How do
Like,
we even know those kids are his?
have you met his kids? have you?
Have I met Xeon X1312?
No, it starts
No.
with symbols. It starts with symbols. It doesn't start
Have you
with a
been
word.
in Germany? Can you even tell me that Germany exists? That's how you get into real conspiracies. Like, have you been to Germany? No. Have you been to Germany? No. Have you been to Germany? No. Look, I stand. I let it stand, dude.
Germany's not.
You know,
My mother's from Germany.
right?
He's
Okay, but
confirmed.
have you
He's
been
a
to Germany?
No, but they have a language, so good for them.
Have you ever looked out on the horizon, dude? It's
Okay,
flat.
no, but back
Okay.
to UFOs. Back to UFOs and aliens and everything. Have you ever been to Wyoming? I mean, tell me that's not Mars. Tell me that Mars and Wyoming are not the same
Well,
place.
with the hold my beer law,
Like,
I hope Mars
You're
is
telling
like
me that Wyoming didn't used to be under the water and then it all came up and now we're like, we look the same as Mars. Put the Mars rover, like, you could convince someone that the Mars rover is on Mars.
That's another
and it's
conspiracy.
In
Do you
Laramie,
think?
Wyoming.
Okay. Do you
Because-
think? I can't believe I'm gonna ask this with the NASA sign right behind us. I feel like the
I
disrespect.
think they're corrupt as shit.
the disrespect.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
It's from like
Look,
Hobby
Sorry,
Lobby.
NASA.
It's not even a
Somebody,
real
yeah.
NASA sign. We didn't buy it from the freaking museum. We got it from Hobby Lobby. It's fine.
Do you
It
think
was Goodwill.
It was made by China. It's made by China. It doesn't
everything's
matter.
made by China?
Yeah, so you can't get mad at us.
That's true. I'm just. I'm a traitor.
This is a Chinese spaceship we got behind us.
True. So, do you think that we went to the moon?
I think we did. Every Russian I've ever met in my entire life is like, they will live and die on the fact that they made it first. And you guys are all pieces of shit for saying we didn't. So, like, honestly, I don't know. I'm like, with how mad they get, I think it might be true. But also, Putin's very manipulative, so I don't know. But
We going global with this
I agree.
one. We going global with this
yes,
one.
we've been to the moon. No, we have not been the first ones. And the dark side one on Transformers,
I
they
think-
might be onto something.
I think I'm gonna.
Maybe.
I think I'm gonna.
Ask Elon.
I'm gonna upgrade you to our global correspondent. You know.
I
Hey, Russia?
tried to take international relations.
I agree with you.
What's
Give me
up,
Putin.
Vlad?
Give me Putin
Vlad,
right now. I got
I agree.
things to tell him. We got a podcast.
Vlad, you and I, we're having a one-on-one
And-
hockey game. If I score on you, you give me all your secrets.
Do not play a game of hockey against
Did
the
you watch
Russian.
him? Did you watch him skate? He didn't even know. He didn't even look at the ground. Like he tripped over his own red carpet. You're an idiot, bro. You're not an idiot. Sorry, Vlad. You're not an idiot. Please don't have me killed. You are not.
We're
an
gonna
idiot.
get drone
You're a
strike.
very smart man.
Good thing
But
we're in
you're
a bomb
the shit
shelter.
ice skater. Like you cannot play hockey for shit. Sorry, but you're Russian. Should be better.
I love how
Continue.
the big.
Probably really good at
I
tetherball.
love.
I'm sure he's very good
Wait,
at figure
hold on.
skating. Actually,
How is it
I'm
that,
sure he could
that
spin
the
some
biggest
circles.
beef that you have with Putin at this moment is that he's
after
that his
all the
hockey game
Russians
is
I've
shit?
dated, it's that
You'd be like, oh, dude, I hate Putin, bro. Have you seen his stick, bro? Have you seen his stick,
His
bro?
stick handling is
he can't handle that
subpar.
stick.
It is subpar stick
It's
handling.
horrible. It's like he's a dictator
Also,
or
he's
something like that on the
What
fucking
kind of
ice.
dictator is left-handed? No.
You,
All of them?
you literally looked like Trump just there a second. What kind of dictator is left-handed? I don't know. He does this a lot.
He plays the accordion
I got
while he
nothing.
tongues.
What kind of dictator is 5'7"?
Napoleon?
Well, okay, that's
He's like
fair.
5'2". He was short. He
Get us-
invented the heel for men.
Get us an interview with Putin. Get
I will.
Putin on this pod,
I
and
will.
we'll sort it out.
I think Putin's my dad.
You think? You know what?
Daddy Putin.
Now that I'm, okay, we're gonna do a zoom in on her face, and we're gonna put a photo. No, not physically. Post. Post. We're gonna put.
We're gonna say, is she Aryan or is she Putin's kid?
Oh, girl, you're definitely Aryan.
Actually, I did the ancestry thing because my family has convinced me. Remember, we're Canadian, right, Andres? You're Colombian, I'm Canadian.
Yeah, we're the
Not
C's.
an ounce of me's fucking Canadian, bro. All Norwegian, all Welsh. Like, okay, I guess maybe that's why I can drink, because what else do you do in Wales?
Damn, girl, that's like you
Welsh?
can't get wider than that.
Right?
That's
like,
fucking.
you can't even tell
You-
me that Hitler wouldn't have wanted me. Welsh.
You
Welsh,
are
Norwegian,
you are whited out, son.
And what
You
was
ain't
the
got.
other one? Danish. Welsh, Norwegian, and Danish. My grandpa was born on an American military base in Canada.
You would
so
go
he's
missing
like,
during like a
He's like a
snowstorm.
poser Canadian.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'm a snowflake, can't have gluten, can't have dairy, like fuck your American little
All of the-
food. I can't have anything but snow. I can consume snow.
You can consume snow.
Snow and
Cold
probably
water
like what
for the
rotten
uneducated.
fish is what Norwegians eat. So yeah, fish and snow.
They can have ice water.
Exactly. But
Every-
hey, I'm biking as fuck. So what's up? Bring it.
What time is
Bring it.
8:30.
8:30. Say 30.
Let us go through the balloon story, and then you can go. Okay.
it? Let me just check my phone real quick.
Okay. All right. Talk to me, son. What's up with the 3 UFO story? Does
So
it?
yeah, they saw one in Alaska, and that was right. And then
Dude, sorry,
I
Alex,
thought
you're
they
so
did-
funny, dude.
No, I know. And then it takes me a second. It's like clicking on.
Uh,
I had to be.
Day
That
one.
made
We're gonna
my
put
day.
this on the
How
extra.
tall Napoleon was? Okay.
How tall was he?
5'6".
Motherfucker, I knew it.
Yeah, Napoleon. The average height at the time of Napoleon was his height. Literally, in today's terms, Napoleon was like 5'9".
I don't care because 5'9" is Napoleon in today's terms. I can tell you that right now.
Oof, I'm 5'9".
Sorry.
Oh,
I'll still beat you up, Andres. You don't have short man syndrome though because your ego is like 10 times taller than you.
it adds a few inches.
It adds 7 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
7 feet.
You are the most brazen person I've ever met.
You could talk about like, why didn't the government blow up the balloon over Montana? Or were they at least?
Why didn't
jamming it
Montana
all
blow
the
up
way-
the balloon?
Did they
Fucking
find
Montana.
out?
Jam it all the
Why
way
didn't
across the
Wyoming
country
stop
and
it
the
before it
Chinese
hit
went
Montana?
nothing? And then
Okay.
I thought they did recover
Did they find out if the 3 UFO sightings were more balloons?
I think Biden did come out and say some bullshit. Like he literally went out there and blew up some more shit, and then he was like, "So we blew up some shit, and it was other people's research. Like they're trying to study climate, like actually study climate."
Some
But I don't
master
know.
student
You're not
balloon.
answering
He
my
spent like
question.
7 years trying to fucking get in the air.
I'll show you about the Biden.
Just say UFO sightings. UFO shot down. I'm pretty sure I think it's more balloons. But
It's more balloons.
oh, okay, that's all I wanted to know.
They were all balloons? I thought one was like a... The one that they're saying was a UFO, they like...
Yeah, he blew
won't
up
recover.
private
That's the one.
companies and
That
he
makes
thinks
sense.
research shit. Yeah, he's pretty funny.
Like research balloons.
So they just
Research
went out
balloons.
there, and so one balloon happens, and then we go blow.
And then they
blow
just
up
went,
some
okay,
more
alright,
private
alright,
company shit. It's like
Alright.
we blew up private company shit.
Alright, we're good.
But we
Alright.
couldn't identify it because it looked like a speck, so we just shot it
Yeah.
out of the air.
Alright, so we're back. We're back.
I like how we explained
So we got breaking news coming in from the 3 UFO sightings that we somehow didn't phase either one of you guys. You were just like, oh, UFO sighting? That's cool. Anyways, let's get Chick-fil-A after this.
Honestly, protesting Chick-fil-A because their line is too long. But yeah.
That's why you're protesting
I
it?
am. Every time I watch Chick-fil-A, it's like prime time for
Right.
Chick-fil-A.
They don't
And I'm
have
like, it
gluten-free
is
nuggets that
9:30
aren't
a.m.
chicken.
Who is eating chicken other than me? Well,
Okay.
every kid.
Highway to the danger zone, danger zone.
Okay, but no, we established that they were in fact balloons. We're not calling them UFOs, but we'll call them UFBs, unidentified flying balloons.
Flying balloons.
That's fine.
We cannot identify this
Or
balloon, sir.
unidentified
This balloon,
fucking
we've never seen this balloon
bullshit,
before in our
because
lives.
it's
What
bullshit.
color is it? Red.
I think basically our country was like, you guys, the people found out about these balloons before we knew about them. What do we do? And I think like they just have like one bad advisor in the White House right now, and I think they probably are just shitting their pants, and
Yeah.
they're like,
What I think happened.
the public found it. What are we gonna call it?
What I think happened is that China sent one balloon just to see like what we would do if they would like
to
send
see if
shit
we're
over
still
to us.
dumb
yeah.
or not. Yeah, exactly.
Just to test us.
Yep.
And then acted like it never happened. And then the U.S. government was just like, oh, okay, so China's sending balloons. Shoot down every fucking balloon you see in the fucking sky
Yeah,
for the next
and all the master
week.
students were like, bro, my whole PhD.
I
And they
know.
shot them all down.
I'm just imagining some guy. He's like, "Oh, I've done all this year's research.
Right? Like
to
it's
find this
finally
balloon."
going up in the sky. It gets shot
And they're
down.
like, yeah, they're looking at it, and all of a sudden, just like,
You get no data.
spirals out of
Yep.
control. I think that's what happened. Yeah, I think it was just a bunch of like random like balloons, but I don't know. If you guys woke up the next day and the news came on and it says alien invasion happening, like stay indoors, what would be the first thing you would do?
Pick up my boyfriend from work.
We're keeping it normal. We're keeping it normal. All right. What about you?
Honestly, I'd probably go to the liquor store, dispensary, lock the doors, cock the guns, and we're gonna see what happens. Basically, it's like kind of like doomsday preppers when they're like when that day comes, but it's almost like alien preppers where you're like,
Yeah.
holy shit, it's happening, guys. Like Wall-E didn't prepare us for this, but it kind of did.
You just
Chicken Little prepared us for this. It's like we're all gonna run around and we're all gonna be like, he was right, bitch. He was right.
yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
I think.
And then we're all gonna die anyway. So whatever.
What would I do?
Hey,
Of course.
I have to go.
All right. Well, Bay here has to go. We're gonna keep the pod going, but we'll go ahead and let you out so that we can
Bye,
do it
Bay.
all up.
Bye.
Follow Bay on all of
nice to
her
meet you, my other
on
half.
all
I
her
can't
socials
believe-
and stuff like that. She's gonna be she was kind of upgraded to co-host officially. So promotion for her. She's done so well in these last
got a
few ones.
raise.
So give her the praise in the comments.
Snaps.
If you know what
Snaps
it is,
for
she's
Bay.
hilarious. Check out her
Air quotes
Instagram and
for
stuff like
Bay.
that. All right, thank you, Bay.
Thank you.
Bye, Bay.
Bye, guys.
Take your
I'll take
hot
my
ass
cup.
home. Yeah, he's like, I'm coming too with your boobs.
Here,
I'm gonna move over here. It seems warm.
he lets to clean up.
Oh yeah, you're gonna eat real quick?
Yep.
Oh my god, Jimmy.
On my way up the
food.
stairs, pretty much. But I'm gonna put this in your kitchen so that way.
I am never wearing my glasses again. I have the worst headache ever.
What's up, Mr. Bean?
Here, grab that.
This?
Yeah, no, the whole mic. The whole thing.
These are just notes, by the way.
You're noting it up.
I just started.
Yeah, do it. It's fine.
Also,
Come on.
Alright, so we
if you
lost...
see stuff? I'm way over there.
No, I can't see shit, but I'm not putting those
Not
glasses
really.
back on.
We have this other TV that we're gonna put up later that we'll be able to see shit, but...
I can read the bottom line if it's to get a driver's license. It says bay cut, bay out.
Bay out. It's just keeping lists of how it's flowing. Kind of.
How the flow's going, yeah.
Russians left.
Russians. I love how I've created this.
You are
An
our
entire
Russian correspondent because that seems to be your
Like
type.
this
I
one
was gonna say, how
Russian.
many
Dude.
questions do you actually know?
Your type, your
a lot.
type is so controversial at this time. I hope you understand.
I can give you. I got Russians, Canadians. What's the other one? I got Russians. I have dated. My types have gone from. Let's see. In high school, I dated the nice guys. They were nice, but they were also fucking crazy. The nice cowboys. We'll say that. Nice ranchers. They want to get married at 17. Sorry, not my thing.
Yeah.
What was the other one? College? Hockey players, not really a type because that makes you a puck slut, but like specific hockey players, like defensemen or like goalies, like went through my goalie phase because goalies they're faithful as fuck, they're crazy as fuck, and they're neurotic as fuck. And then I went to Russians. After goalies, I went to Russians, just like straight up the Russian breed. And then I went to Canadians in college, hung out with only Canada, taught me how to drink Jaeger bombs every day.
So what about the French?
Canada, they hate the French. Canada hates it. Fuck the French. Fuck the French
Then
was
why
the
did-
theme
why-
of
so-
every shot we ever took was fuck the French.
So why they be Frenching it up then?
I
Why
don't
do they
know
be
because
talking
Fleury's a
French?
great goaltender and he's French as
Also,
fuck.
French people just hate everything. So
French people are also kind of dicks.
so
though.
do Canadians?
But like, have
hate
you ever
France
really met a French
because they're
Canadian?
French?
Because if you ever met an actual French Canadian, like I've met Marc-Andre, he's not the nicest guy. Like it's a little ratatouille rat vibe. You're like, ooh, I'd probably squish you if you weren't a person. Like type of thing. Like not to say they're all like that. Like I'm sure France is great, but like whatever. So French Canadians, not my type either. Regular Canadians, I'd say what was my type? Calgary. Whole continent, Calgary. After that, we went back to Russia, and now we're just, I don't know. Now my next boyfriend will have to have a U.S. passport, birth certificate from the United States, and a social security number. Those are my top three.
Okay,
Top
so
three.
yeah, we talking like governmental like issued, the
ID.
Yeah, ID. Like
I
yeah.
don't need, you can't have two birth certificates. One's from the USSR and one's from America. Like, no.
I feel like that's better than like just.
Which I did. I learned a lot about Russia. I really did. Like, what we think about Russia is, it's an American view. It's what you think about every other country. It's not real. Yes, Putin is a dictator. They love him. They love him. He's the Trump of Russia. Like, they love him. They hate Trump, and they think Americans are the dumbest people ever.
Yeah.
Every country thinks we are so stupid.
Literally, Vladimir was just like, I like job I have for rest of life.
Yep.
And like everyone that's Russian's like, duh.
Fine, whatever, yeah.
Duh.
Even though they're starving and like some little village, they call them it's like a derogatory term to call like a little city. Like Elizabeth would be a village in Russia, and that would be like derogatory towards us. It's like, fuck you, you live in a village. Because I'm in Moscow, and it's like, whatever, man. Like, we're all broke. It's Russia.
Wow, dude, you don't have Netflix?
Yeah, like, whatever, man. But no, Moscow Russians are very city people, and then, like, village Russians are very, it's a different climate of Russia.
I mean,
honestly.
like I feel like babushkas come from like the country.
They've come from the country, absolutely, and like
the little like
the
the
other
Russian
ones?
dolls just like
Yep.
coming out. Yeah,
yep.
like they come from
But
the
like
country.
cheating,
but
like oh my god, if you're a Russian woman, you don't leave your house unless you're like
close the door.
100% heels. Like you don't take the good night. You don't take the trash out if you don't have makeup on. Like you don't leave your house. Like the Russians moved into our house because we had them for billet. Like they were billet kids, so they played hockey with my little brother. So they came into the house and it was like, oh, the women like live here, whatever. Like they carried the groceries. They opened the door. Well, the one that lived in the country carried the groceries, opened the door. Like you didn't do shit. That he was, and it wasn't because like, oh, I was living there, like whatever. It was like, no, I get beat the fuck up by my dad if I don't do the things that a man does. The ones from the city were like, can you drive me to the bus station so I can go downtown and go outside? Like they were like shook they were in the country. But the ones from like the country, like the real Russians that were like had suffered and weren't from Moscow, were like, you don't do any manual labor. Like, And they were shocked. Like I came down the stairs in sweatpants and he was like, are you sick? And I was like, okay, fuck you. Like, you know, I'm going to school, man. And he was like,
You
are you
wear
okay?
This today.
Yeah,
You
he's
wear-
like,
you
that's
wear
not
pencil."
okay.
Oh.
And I'm like, bitch, you're in America. This is okay. Like, you can suck
It's
it.
not very fashionable. In
No,
my
yeah,
country.
they are very, it's like,
Shut the fuck up, Vladimir.
shocking. Yeah, it's
What the fuck
shocking.
you
But it's,
talking about? You dissing on my fucking pants right
it's
now?
very beauty standard. And the men are like that too. The men are very particular about their beauty and their stuff.
Dude,
But they're also cheaters, so I'm
our
like,
Russian correspondent is off the chain.
I'll give you anything you want to know about Russia.
I
Trust
think
me.
we're gonna get this Putin in here, to be
I'll
honest.
get it. I'll get it.
He's like,
He'll be like, I want to fight this little American bitch because she has a lot to say. And I'll be like, you know what? We'll go shoot
I
out.
like this
Shot
American.
for shot. Shot for shot, Vlad. Let's do it.
She's
Not drinking
very
shot for
fierce.
shot, like you'll win. But like, no, we'll do a shootout. But I get to pick my goalie. You get to have your national team's goalie.
Let's make it happen.
That's who you get. You get your national team's goalie, but I get to pick mine, and he can be from any country.
And do it for like if you win, he has to like withdraw from Ukraine. You
No,
know?
I don't care. You do you, man. But if you... He's crazy. I'm not going to tell him he can't have a war. My God. No. If I win...
Wait, hold on. You're telling me you have an opportunity to end war, famine, families, desertion, destruction, and you're just like, nah, I just want to win against him.
I'm saying if I had the opportunity to end war and everything, it wouldn't be with Vladimir Putin. Like, he wouldn't be the guy that's like, you're right, you won, I stop war. Like, no, he'd be like, you're a woman, I fucking kill you. You're done. You won, good for you.
He will
You're a
kill
bitch,
you,
you're
too.
gone.
He's KGB,
Now suck
bro.
my dick, and by the way, you're
He's
not
KGB.
Russian. Yeah, like, I mean, come on. No. No.
I've never known.
Canada, though. Let's get into Canada because they hate Trudeau. They hate his ass. It's completely different from Russia.
Why do they keep hiring him?
That's what I said. That's what I said. They said, oh, because you legalized weed.
Ooh.
Your weed is like 10,000 times more expensive than ours. Also, it smells like hash. Like, it smells like shit. The
because it's cold
Canadian
up
weed
there.
is disgusting. No, I've smoked Colorado weed. I've smoked New Mexican weed. New Mexican weed, it's subpar. I mean, it's from New Mexico, whatever. But, like, it's better than Canadian weed. It is. It's more dense than Canadian weed. Tell me how the weed in the desert of the crime-ridden Breaking Bad is better than the Canadian weed you could have grown in Banff. No. It's because your government's selling you hash, bros. And you're all just, like, so hopped up on syrup that you're like, woo, we have weed for free. It's not real. It's not real.
I think it'd be more like, hey, we
Like
got
these
some free weed, eh?
The Canadians come down to Colorado and I'm like, hit my pen. And they're like, I think I just smoked meth. And you're like, no, it was just an indica. Like, chill, man. It's just green crack. Like, that's a regular strain.
Canada's a wild place.
It is a wild, like, it's beautiful. It's wonderful. But their weed, like, they don't, no. Stick to your whiskey, bros. Stick to your whiskey.
I can't believe, actually, I just saw that, like, Trudeau just went through some kind of thing to make
Freaking
sure
Justin.
if it was legal, because he literally shut down the bank accounts of those protesters who were protesting. And so they were protesting like the COVID restrictions or whatever, and all of these truckers were basically just like not driving anything, and like the whole economy was just like
No,
falling.
Wyoming had like nothing because like we directly do business with Canada, I guess.
And Trudeau literally shut down all of their bank accounts. Like some real like dictatorship.
Yeah, like, sorry Canada, I wasn't aware that he had that
thought-
much control. Like, we're over here like, masks are controlled. Nobody got into your bank, bro. Like, try being a Canadian that wants to smoke weed. And freaking Justin's like, no.
Nobody's been so
I'm gonna
far away
fuck
from
your
privilege than a
taxes.
Canadian who's trying to smoke weed.
Did you know that Canadians' whole thing, like, they have the same mantra that we do. They think they're the land of the free. I mean, like, they think they are, but, like, we're not either. But, like,
feel
we
like every
all
country
think we're
thinks
the
that.
land of the free, except for Norway. They're like, we're just, like, depressed, and it's really cold, but we're really pretty. That's Norway.
Yeah, they just like walk around. being
Norway
pretty.
literally is, it's your outfit. Norway is you. It's your vibe. It's like gray, black, gray, hoodie, long hair, gray. We hate the rain, but we love Norway.
I do not look like Norway right now.
Yes, you do.
I mean, I would do well in Norway just because I
Not
have.
because of like what you look
just
like,
because
but
I'm
your
brown.
outfit, absolutely.
I don't know. Do the Northern Whites do the North
That's
Whites?
only, like, the
Do they like Latinos, or do they like a little bit more darker
Latinos
people?
that are as pale as you, yes. Sorry.
Okay.
But like, yes.
This is my winter coat.
But like your mom, it is. But like your mom, like you in the summer, they would know where you're from. But like, I don't know, even like your face, it's just you.
I
can
could blend
tell where
in.
you're
I could
from.
just tell them I'm European.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
They'd be like, okay, whatever. Like you're from somewhere.
Yeah.
Like maybe Finnish or something. But like your hair's too dark.
Finnish.
Just your face.
But
like
my face is real Finnish.
Not
I got a
Finnish.
Finnish face.
You just have like a.
I got a Finnish.
It's not
something's
Norwegian. It's not Finnish. It's not Danish. It's like a.
It's Spanish.
More of a vibe, honestly.
Spanish.
You have like a very European vibe. Like you would do well in Europe, but your hair's too dark.
No, I think I've looked too European. And I think of the European girls, they want something different.
Yeah.
You know
basically.
what I mean?
Like
Like-
you'd be the J Beebs of Europe, and they'd be like, eh.
I kill it in South America.
Yes.
I kill it in South
Yes,
I
absolutely.
kill
Like
it.
South Africa, they'd eat you up. Cape Town, you'd
They're
fuck.
like, he's not
You
black,
would
but
fuck
he's a
in
little
Cape Town.
bit, you
Yeah.
know? He got...
And he's not bigger than us. Like he's not some big rugby playing idiot. Yep. Mm-hmm. For
Yeah,
sure. For
dude.
shizzle.
All those... Dude, the South
agree.
African whites are like a whole different kind of white.
They are. They're very athletic. Very dumb though. Like I've never really met a smart one. Like I'm sorry. Have you ever?
Do we have on camera Jess Daniels calling Africans dumb?
No, I'm not calling Africans dumb. I am calling
South Africans.
South Africans dumb. And if you're the motherfucker that comes up to me in Norway and says, I'm from South Africa, I speak Afrikaans, I basically speak Norwegian, you deserve to be bombed by the entire
South
country of
Africa.
Norway.
Yeah, I'm from
Afrikaans
South
and
Africa.
Norwegian are
It's-
not that, like, Afrikaans, Norwegian.
Oi,
Tell me how
Chappie.
that makes sense.
Chappie, come here with the Glock, yeah.
Yeah. Like, no, bro. Your little Australian little fucking, oh, fuck, there's a tiger shark does not work with Norway at all. It just doesn't.
Whatever accent
It
you
was
just
so
did
terrible.
was definitely white, but it just wasn't those whites.
Oh my god, I went to Christmas and his name was Wes. His name was Wesley. He was from South Africa, and that's what he sounded like. And I know it because I stepped on his toe once and he goes, that was my toe. And I said, what did you just say? That was my toe. And I said, I thought you were Australian, man. South African. And I'm like, you're like the valley girl of Australia. Like, you have the most, just the worst accent I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And I'm like dissing a whole country right now. I'm sure they all don't sound like this fuck, but like, he really, he like made it like, I'm an Australian, but I'm like British at the same time.
I feel like
It was very odd.
I feel like the South Africans are kind of like the Southerners.
Yes. like
of
South
the,
Carolina,
of
North
the-
Carolina,
of
like the Carolinas.
the southern whites, but like on that
Exactly,
hemisphere. Because you
exactly.
got the Australians and you got the New Zealands.
I would
New
agree.
New Zealand's are just the Canadians
Of Australia.
Of Australia.
And they have less shit animals. I guess, like, if you're gonna move somewhere, it's, like, safer to move to New Zealand than Australia, because Australia has, like,
Yeah.
the average.
Also,
what are they,
like-
Aborigines and, like, the wild dogs and all this stuff.
I'm pretty sure that like New Zealand is just the nicest place ever.
Yeah.
Something tells me
But
like
you
you go
have
there.
to have a return ticket home or a work visa with an end date. You cannot just move to New Zealand. And that's because they know their country is the shit. Same with Switzerland. They're like, you gotta invest. Like, you're renouncing your to be a Swiss citizen, you have to like renounce your citizenship. You have to learn the language. Like, you have to be proficient in the language before they'll let you be there. You have to own property, and you have to have like some sort of business.
That's almost harder to get into than the United States.
That's because we all go to war. Where are you gonna try to go? Switzerland. That's why the Swiss are like, no, we don't want your war, but we also don't want you. Like,
Yo, Switzerland.
which is fair.
Switzerland is nuts.
No,
You-
I would
you know
move to Switzerland in a heartbeat, but like, God, your language is so fucking hard.
Yeah,
It's too hard.
you can't.
It's on my
You can't.
Duolingo. I'm trying, but
Like the more north it gets,
Like, I'll
the
get
harder
there.
It gets.
it's so hard though. But it's so pretty.
You know that in Switzerland they literally have like the entire country outfitted in like bombs.
Really?
So the reason is that when
Why?
during World War II, when they were like neutral,
They're
they
the silent
they
killer.
wanted to make
They
it like
totally
the
would be.
most like undesirable place for Hitler to go through. So they kind of like called Hitler up and they're like, "Hey, so we put the bombs on all of our streets. So if you want to come, you can't leave."
You will die.
You
That's
will die.
Awesome.
And so I that's so far away from a Swiss accent, but I don't know what a Swiss
A
accent
Swiss
is.
accent is just like
Do you
it's
need, Do you need to hear it?
a delicacy because
No, I'm
they're
good.
good at everything. Like their army knives,
Yeah.
their fucking luggage,
But I love
everything.
I love how
Swiss Tech. You gonna tell me that Swiss Tech is not a fucking prime of a brand? Fuck Apple. Swiss Tech.
Swiss Tech. Yeah, I just love that
Your
they're
luggage will never get
I
stolen.
love that they're like,
if it's
you know
Swiss
what?
Tech.
Like we're gonna take this whole place down. If you try to come for us, we're going
We're
down.
gonna murder us
Yeah,
and you.
and
Like, we'll
you.
all die together, bitch. I love it.
And it worked.
I do. Yeah, I did.
And it worked.
It did.
And so like they were just chilling. Imagine being like in Switzerland. Imagine being Jewish and being in Switzerland and you're like, whoo, damn. I'm glad I was visiting. Everywhere we look. Like, oh, you're fine, dude. We're in the mountains. They're not gonna come up here. No one has come up here since.
Switzerland is like such uncharted. I feel like it's like the ocean of countries. You know, it's like we haven't discovered it because they won't let us. Like we don't know what goes on there.
Yeah,
Like,
like
what are
what-
their laws?
Yeah.
What are their religious beliefs? What do they have a summer? What do they do? Do you guys have lakes? What do you do? You know what I mean?
What's their
Like-
horoscopes?
Yeah.
Like, these are the
What's
things.
their horoscope?
This is what these are
It's
the
the
things. we
same
need
as
to
our
find, yeah.
horoscopes. It's just Swiss people.
Okay, new positioning
But,
is opening for journalists to go out to Switzerland
I'll
to
go.
find out.
I will volunteer as tribute.
You look like you fit.
Yeah, they'll tell me their secrets.
You look like you fit.
They'll
in
tell me their
Europe,
secrets.
for sure.
Absolutely.
But like,
No, I went to Norway for Christmas, and they all were talking to me in Norwegian, and it was like,
oh yeah, you
Hey.
you definitely.
yeah, like this one lady like told me that this guy was trying to rob me, and I was like, don't know what you're saying. And then yeah, my boyfriend's dad was like, yeah, you should probably pull. She's telling you to pull your purse closer to you, and I was like, oh, okay. Iceland though, I was shook. I thought Iceland would be like, you know, my zone, right? Like, look at me.
Yeah,
Iceland.
yeah. You thought you were gonna roll up there and they were gonna be
and
like.
I will say
"Oh."
Iceland as a country, yes, my zone. Like the native Icelandic people, they were like welcome in whatever they say
Welcome.
in their weird language. But no, like the Icelandic airport was like it was browner than I thought. Very brown. Very much
Very brown.
very brown.
A lot of
and
browns.
They looked at me like, I'm gonna take you. Like, it was bad. Like, an Icelandic security guy was like, don't go to the bathroom here. You go to your gate. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I, like, walked to the bathroom, and he comes back to the bathroom, knocks on the door, and goes, I told you no bathroom here. You go to the gate. And I was like, I can't fucking pee. Like, I literally got a UTI going to Norway because I couldn't pee in Iceland. They wouldn't let me. They were like, you go from here to the plane.
No.
Yeah.
Pee, no pee.
And I was like, I don't understand this. But like all these little...
Isn't Iceland supposed to be a super safe?
But it's a hub. It's a hub. The Icelandic airport is a hub to like every other country. And all these little like brown children were like running up to me and like telling me stuff and like pulling on my like backpack and like unzipping stuff and like handing me stuff. And I was like,
damn.
I love all these little kids. And the Icelandic airport is like, get the fuck out of here.
So you got a
crazy.
ticket to Iceland, but it felt like you went to Africa.
Yeah. And I was like, you know, that
Felt like-
going to Iceland, I was like, I could go to India. I could do it. I was like, I could go to India, but I'm gonna bring a bunch of ones. That's what I learned. I'll give you all money. I will. Because everyone's told me, like, you can't go that place. You're gonna get conned. I'm not gonna get conned if I give them fucking money. I'll just bring a bunch of money and I'll give it to all of them. And then they'll leave me alone.
I don't think that's how
I will
that
buy
works.
everything you want me to buy.
I don't know.
I don't even care.
I don't know
you
if
want me to buy a lion, man? Give me your rescue lion.
I don't know if you know this, but generally when you give people money,
They don't want
They don't
anything,
just
yeah.
say,
I
"Oh,
know,
thank
I
you
know.
for that. I'm never
But
gonna
if
ask
he's
for it
five,
again."
here's $1. You can have $1. You can have $1. I'll be that bitch in the cab, like fucking Julia Roberts. That's like, oh, she's like, sorry. I'll be like, $1. Don't give me the bracelet.
So go to
$1.
Iceland, be Santa, and give everyone $1.
No, they don't want anything from you. They just want to touch you and know about you and like touch your hair and like they've never seen you. And I'm like, you're in Iceland, bitch. Like I'm me. No, they're like, we're in the airport. I'm me and I've never seen you. It was crazy.
So they just go to
That
the
was like
airport.
my first. Everybody's like, oh, I feel so white victimized in America. Like, no. Go to another country where they look at you like, why are you so pale? And you're like, oh my God. Am I the terrorist? It's me?
So
Am I the threat of your airport?
Hold on, let me get this straight. You felt discriminated against
No, I didn't.
for being white in Iceland.
How crazy is that? I couldn't use the bathroom in the Icelandic airport because I was a minority.
No, we don't have white bathrooms here.
No, they said
These are for...
these people are
These are
going
for
to
colors
wherever
only.
the fuck they're going.
Damn, dude, I didn't
You go
know.
to your gate and you sit there. And I'm like, it's like midnight, man. I just flew from Denver to Iceland. You think that was pleasant?
Well, Iceland, you need to get rid of the rapscallions.
But they have the coolest bathrooms. Like, you go in and, like, the wall closes. Like, I could see why they were like, don't go to the bathroom. Because, like, if someone's going to rape you, they're going to get away with it. Because, like, the wall, like, you go in, you, like, whatever, push a button, and it, like, closes. And it's, like, seamless. Like, I couldn't get out when the man's like, you need to come out of here. He's, like, knocking on the wall. And I'm, like, touching this wall, and I'm like, there's no seam. Like, it's just a white...
Just like Star Trek.
Yes. And I'm like touching it. I had my like body up again. I'm like, I can't get out of this fucking bathroom.
Maybe that's just the essence of Iceland.
crazy.
It's like building a bunch of cool shit.
It
but
was
like,
so high
don't go
tech.
in there.
It was like Meet
You
the
know,
Robinsons.
Don't look at it, but
Yeah.
like it's cool.
Yeah, like Meet the Robinsons, but also like the pedophiles have created this system of Meet the Robinsons. So like they're the only ones that know how to work it.
We're going into all of the
fuck?
conspiracy theories, bruh.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But and their hand drying thing, they have like this towel, and it's a continuous towel. Like I'm sure you've seen the TikToks or whatever, where it's like in Germany, like the paper towels. It's a continuous paper towel where it cycles through. You wipe your hands on that part of the paper towel, and then it moves, and then the next part is like a new fresh part. I think it's bullshit. I don't think it's a fresh part every time. I think it's probably the same towel every time.
Here's the thing.
But like,
I
you
like
sit there, 'cause you think
freedom.
you're supposed to like pull it off.
I like freedom. I like the feel
Nope,
of tearing
I tried.
it off.
I tried, and it's like, and you're like, the fuck? And then it rolls up, and then you're like, eh. And And then it's like, nope. And you're like, what?
And then,
Oh my God.
and then you're the American idiot
You're like,
trying to.
I can't get out of the bathroom. I can't dry my hands. I'm not
What
even supposed to be in this bathroom stall right
Why
now.
you tried to take
Like, yeah,
towel?
you're like, I just thought I was going to Iceland. I thought this was safe. It was
Look.
fine. I'll still go back and like visit Iceland because holy shit, Iceland's a cool country.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's
like,
gorgeous.
I will go back, but I will spend minimal time in the airport.
It's gorgeous, but the cold whites, they got a lot going on. You know what I mean? They all got.
They have their own language. Like, I don't know. I feel like Iceland and Switzerland are kind of the two places where it's like, if shit goes south, go there.
Yeah.
But Iceland, you'll have a harder time learning the language. Because it's like Finnish mixed with, I don't know, like it dates back so far. It's like Finnish, like the closest related language we can figure out to Icelandic is like Finnish. Which Finnish is like a fucked language anyway. But it's like, you can't, like, it doesn't tie to Latin. Like, if you knew all the Latin language, you couldn't speak Icelandic. It's the craziest thing.
No, they most of those languages.
They're nuts up there, but they're like, fuck you, like, don't take our place.
Most of those northern languages, I feel like, is just a combination of everyone taking
Slavic.
so many shrooms that they just started understanding each
It's
other.
the Vikings and their Slavicness, and
Like
they're
they
just
had,
like,
they had no.
they were all mumbling,
Yeah.
and nobody could understand it. Yes.
And then they're like,
So
let's
then
take
they
some shrooms.
made it a word, yeah.
Yeah, so they started taking shrooms, and they're like,
Absolutely.
everything's making a lot more sense. And then they're like, so what should we do? Be like,
Kind of like France.
Well-
France is like the stoners, like they got really
what if we were like
slow.
all equal, but then we raided other people who weren't equal with us, and like took all their shit and like, you know, like pillaged, raped all the wives, obviously, but like
Like
came
Layman?
back and
Yeah.
then like had equality, you know? And they're like, yeah, that's brutal, but like still it's like it's nice. It's being, you know, it's being progressive, you know? Like, it's so crazy to me to think that Vikings literally, like, these people used to be Vikings. They used to go and pillage entire villages, destroy them, burn everybody alive. And then now they're just like, we need equal pay for everyone.
Now they're like
across
the most
board.
progressive countries too. Like America, you would think America started as like the savage Vikings because like we still are pretty savage and we suck. But like the rest of the country,
Oh,
like,
we were
like
savage
Norway
Vikings, but we just had like
and
land
Finland,
to conquer.
yeah, all these places are like, oh, we were so savage and we're still savage Vikings, but like you can have free healthcare, absolutely, and we will recycle everything. And like, no, you have to pay for your bags before it's even cool. Like they're like, no, it's sustainable. We are sustainable Vikings, and America's like, I don't have to pay for a bag.
I like to think of like, you know,
crazy.
who was the first Viking to be like, hey, you know, maybe we should like pick up all the heads that we
Who was
leave
the
behind.
first hippie Viking? I
Yeah.
ask myself that all the time.
You know?
Who was the first empath?
Hey,
as a
maybe we
Viking?
should have just thrown
And did
these,
they kill
these knives
him?
away.
Did they kill him or did they listen to him? Were they like
No.
Was he-
They definitely killed the
they
first
killed
ones,
the
for
first
sure.
like 20 and then they were like, you know, maybe they're onto something to end the war. And so then they started like listening to them. And
They're like,
then
no, you New
maybe
York.
that's how
New York, get out
all
of here.
this was
Get out of
that's
here
how
with your
war.
recycling.
That's how war was born. Was an empath finally got listened to, and the aggressive person was like, "Oh shit!" And then they started fighting. That's how war was born. I think we just figured it out.
War starts at the empath.
War starts when an empath meets an aggressive person, and they just one of them doesn't give in.
War starts
That's what happens.
when
When the
Mu-
Vikings met what? When the Vikings met the hippies, war was born. Because the hippies said, no, we're not going to rape and pillage. And the Vikings were like, yeah, we are. And so they started fighting.
and they're like,
Then
we're-
they married each other. Eventually, one of them, you know, the Pocahontas version.
oh, they
They
definitely
married each other, and that's what started all the strings of war.
They
in the
definitely
whole
married. Wait,
country.
do you have blue eyes?
Yes.
Wow.
But you're looking at me right now.
Incest.
Really?
Yeah. The
Because
reason.
I have blue eyes?
Yeah.
I thought ginger was like incest. And brown eyes.
Yeah.
Someone told me brown. No, green. Hazel?
No, brown
Is
is
it
normal.
hazel? Blue is incest?
Blue is.
I've heard that
So,
blue eyes have
yeah.
like a high alcohol tolerance, which, yeah, that's proven. But like,
I think what it is just a coincidence
I
that
think
if
it's
you
a
have a
coincidence,
blue eye, you're more likely to live in a
Because you're,
northern
like,
place where it's cold
Norwegian- yeah,
and where you
exactly.
just drink a lot
Agreed.
to forget
Agreed.
everything. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Agreed. Because the
I-
tan people with blue eyes can't drink. for
Wait,
sure.
wait, hold on. Let's not skip over the incest part. You know what I mean? Let's not act like we didn't just have that through. You know what I mean? But yes, blue eyes come from.
Are you saying I'm like a Cavalier or King Charles of a person?
Yeah, you know, at some point.
Is that why I'm so crazy?
Two white people that were related to each other, maybe a bro and sis, maybe a dad and daughter, maybe, you know, there's so many
To
different
make blue
mixtures.
eyes? Why though? Like,
And
how
now-
does? Can you scientifically explain that to me, like in comparison to brown eyes or green eyes?
Monkeys no have blue eyes. Monkeys have brown, black eyes. And then monkeys
Okay,
make
but
humans.
that's going back
humans
to
go
if
around.
you think that we came from monkeys. What if we didn't come from monkeys?
Where did we come from?
I mean, they're smart as fuck. Absolutely. Like I would
Iguanas?
agree with that. But like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, if you're catering to like the religious people or the Big Bang people, blue eyes has nothing to do with that.
Well, those people are worrying about different things. They're not worrying about that.
Maybe we're the superior race and you all have brown eyes because you're easier to control.
We're touching touchy subjects now. Maybe
Yeah.
we're the superior
Maybe you've never
race.
seen a blue-eyed monkey because a blue-eyed monkey is too smart.
No,
be in a cage.
it's a genetic like disease. The reason that people
Really?
have like
Because I have blue eyes and I'm pale.
blue eyes is because
Don't
like
ruin this for
genetically
me.
it is true. It happened from years of like
I thought
incest.
I wasn't inbred because I wasn't a ginger.
That's why I have blonde hair too. Like the blonde blue eyed is like a incest,
An incest
product of
thing?
incest, right? But that was like, you know, like it wasn't like your grandparents fucking each other. You know,
Hey,
or-
you know,
or-
no, but the incest.
it was like your great
the incest
yeah,
runs
yeah.
deep because I did live in Alabama for 2 months.
You did. You're not helping your case at
pulls you
all,
back.
bro.
It
You're
does.
not-
It draws you in.
Blue
it's
eyes?
like it draws you
Blue
in.
eyes come from incest. You know, I used to live in Alabama.
I lived in
and-
Alabama. Roll Tide, but no, yeah. They are very okay.
Dude, the opinions. We
we've
need an
talked-
opinion
that's
button for
fine.
you. Just
Yours is over there. We've talked. That's empty. That's fine. We've
offense.
talked about what's it called? Canada. Well, not really Canada, but Russia. But let me tell you about Alabama. Okay, Southern draw.
yeah,
As a woman, I can tell you
yeah.
the Southern draw outside of the South. Charming, whatever. Inside the South, you go to Alabama and someone talks to
Terrifying.
you, you're a rapist.
Yeah, terrifying.
You're very rapey. Your little Southern draw is very rapey. And once you figure, but once the Southern draw, like you're talking to a Southern man, right? Like blah, 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 you're at a bar, whatever.
Yeah.
He's talking to me. He figures out you don't have a Southern accent. You're not a
Southern Belle.
dumb bitch, basically. But like, they think
I'm like Southern Belle, and you're
No.
just like, you mean dumb bitch.
they think their Southern belles are little dumb bitches, but no, these Southern belles, oh my god, they are masterminds. They're fucking crazy. They're nuts. Like, there's a reason those men are as crazy as they are. It's because those women are nuts. But no, you talk to them and
It's
they're
the
Southern
heat.
draw,
It's-
and then
it's
they
the
figure
heat.
out they're talking to me though,
Humidity.
and they're like, ooh, and you can see it. You can see it change in their face. She's a little too sharp. She's a little too quick. Something's off.
Yeah.
And then they, without fail, every single one, are you from the north? Yeah, I'm from Colorado. Oh, so you're a northerner. And once you get labeled as a northerner, they're like, this bitch is a bitch.
Damn, dude, they live in
Yeah.
the Civil War,
They
bro.
do.
The fuck?
They do. They're like, she's a northerner. She's a bitch.
General
And like
Lee?
they literally
Or-
they don't try to like con you anymore. Like their personality changes to like you get friend zoned once they figure out you don't have an accent and you're not a dumbass that's gonna like fall for their little shit and like, oh, you're gonna manipulate me, I'm gonna manipulate you right back. You're like I don't trust you type of thing.
Look, the South has a long history of manipulation.
They do.
You know, if it was
Southern accents are creepy. They are not seductive. They are creepy. They are creepy because they disappear when you call them out
What's
on
the hottest
something.
accent?
Hottest accent? Oh damn!
What's
I don't even know. See, I'm like bi. I'm like I hate them all. But
what's the accent you hear and you're like done?
Oh wow!
making you think. This is a thinking pod.
This is a thinking
This
pod
is a
because it's
thinking
like
pod.
it's so different, you know. Like it depends where I am. If I'm at a bar in like a colder climated place, and you have an accent like an NHL player accent, like, and it's different. It's different. You can be Canadian, you can be wherever.
What do you mean if you're in a
Once
cold place?
you
You've
play-
only talked about cold places.
Okay, but like Alabama, like you're not gonna meet Nathan McKinnon in Alabama. But like the people, like if you're in a cold place, like if I'm in Colorado, Michigan,
Yeah.
anywhere else, and you have like the
country swang.
little touch of Canada, little touch of country, little touch of I play in the NHL and I can chirp, that's a good accent. Like 100%. I'll sleep with you.
Folks, I've never seen a more specific type in my
It's a
entire
very
life.
specific type because it's not
Okay.
like I know hockey players, so I can deal with your chirps. I know Canadians.
If you're a hockey player, you're Canadian, and if
No,
you,
it's a very specific. It's like a because you can tell that
girl, that's very specific.
those are the Crosbys, those are the McKinnons, those
Yeah.
are the Landeskog. They all have a very specific accent.
Okay.
That's like you can basically you can tell when someone's a professional athlete
Yeah.
accent, and you can tell when someone's a fuckbag accent. You can tell when someone's pretty good at sex accent, and you can tell when someone is absolutely faking it and they're from Wyoming accent.
Wait, did you say that they're good at sex accent?
Yeah.
There's a good at sex accent?
Absolutely.
We are learning so much today. Yeah, we got everybody behind the camera is all guys, and we're learning all of it today.
Sorry.
Wait, is it just, no, it's not an accent. It's like
it's not
like
an accent. It's like a way of
It's
talking.
like confidence.
But
it's like a certain confidence.
You're like, but your voice though, like, because you could be American and like super
It's not an
confident.
over-the-top
If you're American and
confidence.
super confident, I'm kind of like, fuck you, man. Like, I'm gonna give you as much of a challenge as you want to give me, type of thing. But if you're like super confident and you have a distinguished other accent, other than like UK, like that type of accent is like what's it called? They like banter, and I'm like, oh, you want to banter?
Banter.
Like, no, I'm gonna bully you. Like, I don't banter, I bully. But like, sorry, because it's like you're either gonna be a little bitch of like a little UK, or you're like you can handle me.
I feel like a lot of women bully men just
You
to
have
see,
to. You
just
have
just to
to.
see if like they'll
If you
fight
can handle
back.
it,
Yeah,
if you can handle it. That's how, because they're like, oh, I love banter. And it's like, you don't like banter. You like a girl to listen to you talk shit and then giggle about it. Like,
Yeah.
that's not banter. Like, banter is like, you give me shit and then I give you shit 10 times worse and I make you feel like shit.
The
But then
best
you can laugh it off.
The best example of banter I can think of is like Love Island.
Yes.
It's a great show. I love it.
But
I'll
still,
say it
even
out right
those
now.
girls, they get so pissed, and it's like, why are you taking it personally? Like, he's flirting with you. Like, yeah, he called you a fat fuck, but he's flirting with you. Like, he is. It's biology. Like, I was the girl in fucking middle school, whatever, primary school. They pull your ponytail. They do. They pull
It's a
your
thing,
ponytail.
yeah, it's a thing.
And
It's
if you
just-
turn around and punch them in the
play.
face after they pull your ponytail, they won't pull it again. But if you turn around and you say, you do that again, I'm gonna fucking hit you, they'll fall in love with you. You turn around and you say, ow, that really hurt, don't touch my hair. They're gonna walk away.
There's something. What do you think that connection is between like kind of
think it's a
that
dominance
hurting, you know, kind of like being playful hurting or whatever? Because I remember when I was going to school in like middle school, high school, there was this girl on the bus. She would just like bully me all the time. She'd like yank my hair and
She
stuff
loved
like
you.
that.
She
And it's
loved
because
you.
she had a crush on me.
That was me.
Yeah.
No, I
just
get
gotta show
voice black.
love.
If you had a black eye, I liked you.
You liked you, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If you,
Sorry. I grew up with two brothers. It's
If
just
I
a
put
thing.
you in a guillotine, it's because I love you.
If we played tag,
The guy's like,
if we played tag, tackle football. If I was considered a tomboy, I liked you.
You are a tomboy.
I am a tomboy.
You
but
are a
like,
tomboy.
I wasn't about to be that weird fuck that played horses at recess. Like, that's weird to me. I never got that. Like, girls were so odd to me.
You want to rumble.
Even in like second grade, they were odd to me. It was like, this makes no sense. Like, why are you playing with your Tea Party dish? Like, you know you can crush those,
Yeah.
right? Like,
I remember like the first day I understood women
so odd.
is when this girl came up to me and she just kicked me in the balls. And I was just infuriated, just in absolute pain.
I think that's the first day you understood how women are going to approach you.
Maybe.
Because
Maybe.
that is a very accurate representation. It's not true for all women, but for women that need to approach Andres, that is very accurate.
Yeah, in order to make a statement.
You have to punch him in
No,
the face
please
first.
don't push me in the balls. This is not a good
No,
way
but
to
you
make
have
a
to make
statement
him.
of
You
me.
got to be like, look, you're a little bitch. Also, hey, nice to meet you. Like you do, because
Fuck
your ego is like right here. Like your ego lives right here, so it's like you see you, and then you're like, oh,
It's
the
like
ego. It's
hovering
like the
around.
Sims thing, yeah. It's like, oh, there's this ego. So the girl has to like poke that.
She has to like make up for it.
And then
Yeah,
talk to you.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, she's just stroking that, and then you're like, got her.
She got to break it down.
Yep.
She's got to put me in an enormous amount of physical pain.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to
100%.
So she tells me like, hey, like you're not. I'm independent.
Yeah.
I
like,
can leave.
I don't need you.
I don't
but
need you.
I will fuck you
Yeah.
5 days out of the week.
Well, I will say that my balls did not like this method of flirting at all.
No, like, what no girl will tell you is, like, yes, we're crazy. Yes, we admit it. But we want only one person to think we're crazy. And we'll be sane for you as well. As long as you think that we're, like, you just have to keep on the crazy facade. Like, if you went out with the boys and you were like, my girlfriend's fucking crazy. Like, oh my God, she's fucking just nuts. And then you came home and she's, like, the best girlfriend ever. That's what we want to be. I am
Look,
your.
look.
I will be your dirty
you need-
little secret.
Yeah.
But don't make me a dirty little secret.
You want a girl with a little craze.
Yeah. Like I'll be as
little bit.
crazy as you want me to be.
Look,
but don't
look.
make me fucking. If you make me crazy, I'm not gonna be crazy for you.
Just that much.
Let me do it on my own.
Just that much crazy.
Yes.
You want crazy.
There's like the little ounce that wants to murder you makes us fuck you better. But if there's more than an ounce of wanting to murder you,
But that's also why
I actually want to kill you.
That's also why girls want crazy guys. Girls want the guy that are like, I don't know if he's gonna flip one day and just like smother me with like, yeah.
No, I tried that. Tried it. Yeah, whatever. They're like, they're fine, but at the same time, you also like, you kind of know in the back of your mind one day, like, it does click one day, they get too drunk, or they, like, do some type of drug, or, like, you piss them off enough where it clicks and you're like, oh, shit, we bad boyed a little too hard, man. And you're like, oh, fuck.
We let our pussy make too many
My
decisions.
dad
and now we're
might
here.
say, I told you so on this one. Like, yeah.
The hot crazy matrix.
Seriously.
This is perfect. Yes,
thing.
this is perfect.
It's a thing.
So it's like you want. What you want is
want-
you want a woman who's in the wife level. She's like 9 to 8. Now I will say this. I will
I
say
can't really
this.
see it, but, like,
This is one of the.
the fun zone is so unrealistic. That's bullshit. No. I want a hot crazy matrix made for a man. That's what I want. Because I feel like your whole fucking thing would be purple. Okay?
Fun zone is like.
Your whole thing is like fun
The ones
zone
you
until
only-
she kills me. Like, no. That's not real. Fun zone until she kills me, or fun zone until I make her want to kill me.
But I feel like most
Great.
guys, like,
That makes
when they meet a
perfect
crazy
sense.
girl, they're like, well, she could be crazy, but like, what's the worst she can do?
Is she
Like,
crazy in bed too? It's like, no, dude. Like, if she's crazy, like, the sober us are the majority of us.
Look, crazy-
You need to realize that. Like, yeah, you get a freak in the sheets, but, like, you get a fucking animal outside of it. Like, you need to realize that that's like
That's
a
why-
1% of us.
That's why you just need just a little bit of crazy.
Yeah.
Cause so that like
You need
every
that-
once in a while
you need
comes
the
up.
capability. The capability. Because if they're not capable, if they're just, like, boring, like, you need the little bit that's like, I think she could kill me. Like, if I piss her off enough, she might kill me. That is what makes it better.
But one of the biggest things, like one of the biggest like hot topics that I'll talk about is like you never want a 10. You never want a 10 because a girl.
Is there a 10? Is there a 10? Have you met a 10?
There are 10s. There are 10s.
There's 10 looks. There's 10 personality. But is there an all-around 10?
Yeah, she's out there
It's
somewhere.
Blake Lively, we know.
She-
but,
yeah.
like, she's taken.
Yeah,
I mean, like, an
done.
actual
Like those guys
obtainable...
are. Yeah, those guys are already.
Obtainable all-around 10. Is there an actual all-around 10 that a man is secure enough to be with? I don't think so. Even Ryan Reynolds is a little insecure. Why do you think he's so fucking funny?
What you want? Look, what you want is you want like a
Tom
a 6
Brady.
or 7.
Tom
that
Brady
you can
had a
upgrade to
10.
like an 8 or 9.
That was a 10-10
That's what you
relationship,
want.
was
That's what
Tom
you
Brady
want.
and Giselle. And look what happened. They had to do witchcraft to stay together. Like, no, you can't do that.
They did witchcraft.
Yeah, that was Tom Brady's whole thing, was like, Giselle left me and she, like, did these spells that made me good at football. That's why he retired. Okay, another conspiracy. And Thomas. Please tell me I'm wrong. I watched his little speech. I was like one of the first viewers on his little retirement speech. And I saw it and I was like,
Wait, the original one before
no,
he went back, or like
this
the latest
one. I mean like this one.
Okay.
Like I watched it because I was like, something's happening this Monday. I was like, Tom has had the weekend. He lost. He's out of the play. He lost to the Cowboys. I mean, like, I was like, this man's gonna hang himself. But
You understand what happened to Tom, right? He said he's gonna retire. His wife told him, like, you need to retire so you can focus on us and the family.
No, she
and then
took those kids and
you
she
know
went
he
to
lasted
Brazil.
you know he lasted 40 days. He lasted a month. It took him a month to hang out with his family for him to like call up his manager, and he's like, bruh, I can't
gotta
do
go.
this shit. I'm
you
going
saw
back
all
to
of his
football.
clips and shit with like Gronk and everything. Like, they're okay. I will give it to Giselle. I'm sure Tom Brady is the most immature fuck you've ever seen.
You know she has more money
He's
than him?
a child. Yeah, in Brazil, like, my neighbors are, like, full-on Brazilian. Like, they're like, nobody knows Tom Brady in Brazil. It is Giselle.
Giselle.
He is Mrs.
Yeah.
Bunkin, whatever the fuck. He is Mrs. That. Nobody gives a fuck about Tom Brady.
No.
And that's why when it was like, oh, she cheated, whatever, everybody's like, woo, she's coming back to Brazil and bringing those kids. And I watched that video and I went to my dad's office and I was like, Dad, I think Tom Brady is going to kill himself today. I'm not even kidding. And I was crying. I was like, I just watched this video and he is distraught. And all of his pictures after were of his, like, family. Not of, like, Super Bowl 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. Family and like Giselle's mom, Giselle's dad, like blah blah blah.
It's
then I
different
look
down there.
So then I look it up. Giselle took the kids. They're going to fucking Brazil. Like, Brady is alone, American, and
Look,
retired.
those kids need to stay away from him anyways.
He's kissing him on the face.
They be kissing weird.
That's weird.
you
But
know.
like,
But those boys, they
the
need to see.
jujitsu instructor, you're telling me he's not weirder? I think he's weirder.
I don't know
Jujitsu.
what it does.
Tell me someone that does jujitsu that's not shaped like a monkey. I bet you know jujitsu.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm shaped like a monkey.
I know. It's probably the first thing you
I'd be
learned,
sparring.
right?
I'd be rolling.
Yeah.
I'd be rolling. All right. Well, so far so good. I like this new setup. I like this new everything. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we close it off?
Not really.
I think we're good. We got Canada. We got Russia. We got Brazil. We got. This was a whole journey here. It just
Norway.
Iceland, Norway.
Iceland. We got it all.
Canadian hockey.
Canadian
Canadian
hockey.
hockey players.
Should have asked if you do an alien or not.
Right.
It depends. It really
Her
depends.
type.
If
All right.
Elon
Where
has
she
a
is,
son,
But we only knew her type for the bar, so that's all the places she goes.
Elon has
What
a
about at
lot
the
of
beach?
Supposed
really,
to be- Elon has like
Oh, yeah.
8 kids.
they're all the different hashtags.
They had like he has like 7 kids, and one of them just recently got born is the CEO of his Neuralink company, or she's like some head like person.
She's
in
like 2
Neuralink.
days old. She makes $1 billion a year. Whatever, man. Good for you.
Imagine the feeling when you pull out a pregnancy test after Elon Musk just left it in you. He just let that sit there and simmer. He just let it
Honestly,
sit
it
there
would be
and simmer.
pure panic because it'd be like, what does it mean to have an alien child? Like, what are you gonna go through? You don't
I
even
don't
know.
care. I don't
Like,
care if this
you
kid's
thought
an
pregnancy
alien.
was bad.
I'm making
Try
fat
having
bills,
a
bruh.
fucking Tesla skid.
Every kid gets a free
You
Tesla.
know your ass is about to go vegan.
Free Tesla for you.
You can't have any chocolate. Like, you're not having shit. You're getting the fucking alien diet. Like, you're getting chromium
Glue glop.
and all sorts of shit. Like, you're just getting blood of infants.
Come
That's
on,
all you're
Ekis
getting.
412, eat your glue glop. Just call me
Exactly.
Ryan, Dad. I named you. I named you this for the reason. One of them is just pi. Just 3.1.
This is your blood type, damn it, and you will go by it.
I don't know.
They're kids are purely off of like barcode names. It's like you scan them.
Yeah,
and
he's
you're like,
just gonna
it's this
barcode
one.
it up.
It's this one.
He's just gonna get them
It's like
tattoos.
it's like
so
when
he
you
can
work for like the post office or like Amazon. Like you walk up, it's like, okay, which kid are you
hello,
picking up?
son.
You scan it. You're like, all right, I'm picking up this one. You pick it up. You take it. All right, I fed this
That's
one.
how it feels like.
Scan the bottle. You're like, scan this bottle. Gave it to baby number 7. Put it back in its crib.
Dude, these kids must be so
XYZ.
confused. They're just like, who is this guy?
Imagine
picking
if
me
they
up
had to.
right now?
Imagine if they had to learn cursive. How are you gonna spell your name?
I don't know.
You're gonna do the weird X and then the crazy Y, and then you also have like a percent and a 9, but we don't have cursive letters for that.
He's definitely gonna put Neuralinks on all his kids. You know, just gonna teach them from just using Bluetooth. You know, he's just gonna Bluetooth them lessons.
No, they're gonna know every language
Yeah.
possible.
It's just like, okay, today we're learning Japanese. We're gonna air share it. You get it? Bing.
The
You know.
kid's just like having a seizure, and then it wakes up, and it's like a genius.
Is he okay?
He's like, no, he doesn't have a seizure
Yeah, he's just-
disorder.
he's
a
learning-
fucking genius.
He's learning the entire history
Yeah, like,
of
He's
Japanese
actually
samurai
now your
culture.
boss. Actually, you now work for him. Good to know.
Are you okay? Yeah. Yeah, I know so much about Japanese
Right, like
samurai
gets
culture.
born, like has a seizure, comes out speaking full English.
Would you get one of those?
What?
A Neuralink?
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what a Neuralink is?
No, my parents were telling me like don't get a new phone until whatever Sky phone or whatever the fuck comes out, and I was like,
5G.
I don't think
This
I'm
is
gonna
like
use
this
that.
is like 10G. They basically put the like interface in your head, and it like they have like nodes that go into your brain, like, and if they're able to like literally manipulate not only your brain but also so it's input and
No,
output.
if I wanted to be an avatar, I would sign up for a clinical trial.
You're not gonna turn into Avatar. You're just gonna be able to Google shit in your head.
In my head, I could do that. I overthink anyway. Like what? I already have my own definition of what I want to know.
If you had a Neuralink, that'd be wild, dog.
Right? It'd
You'd
be
just
like
be-
it'd be like DuckDuckGo, like competing.
What
with
are you
my
doing?
Own
I'm
thing.
looking
It'd be
up every
that's
Canadian fact
My,
within
yeah,
the
my
hemisphere.
whole brain would be Snopes. It'd be like false, 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 false. Oh, what? This one's right, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
You'd be
great.
horrible to be around. So
Right?
actually, yeah, you're right. Don't get one.
Terrible. Be like, did you know that thought you're thinking is false?
Would you guys get Neuralinks?
Hell yeah.
You
Really?
get Neuralink?
Dude, upload me. Dude, that's like what holds civilization back. Is us like,
Here, come here. Get on, Mike.
Switch me spots. I have to pee.